I don't know about you, but as a business nerd. I feel like a lot of people who listen to this podcast must be business nerds in one way or another because you're listening to a business podcast, right? As a business nerd, whenever I have certain like customer experiences, I'm always paying attention. Like I'm always like intellectualizing what is happening to me and how I'm feeling as a customer. So that way I can see if I can learn anything from it to bring it back to my own business. And so last week I had a beautiful little trip with my mom. We always do a trip like every year and we went to a spa. And it reminded me of an experience that I actually had with her last year at a different spa. Okay. So we'll call last year's spa just like spa one. Okay. Spa one is the original spa that we went to, blew me away. I love this spa. Okay. I've gone multiple times. It is genuinely an amazing spa. Spa 2 is the one that we went to this time. And my mom had actually already been there and she was like, Hunter, I can't wait for you to experience this. It's so good. It's just as good as Spa 1, if not better. Like, so excited about it. And I was like, okay, great. I can't wait to see it. And maybe it'll blow my expectations out of the water. Maybe it'll be better than Spa 1. And so we went to Spa 2 and everybody was very friendly. The environment was very beautiful. It was in a very nice large resort that was really cool. And I will say that the service was absolutely excellent. Like the service was so good. Probably the best facial I've ever had in my life. Like truly so good. Okay. However, if anybody has had like a really like nice luxury like spa experience, a lot of the times these built out spas, like they'll have locker rooms, they'll have showers, maybe they'll have like a hot tub or cold plunger sauna that you can go into, and they'll also have like a pool area or whatever it may be specific to the spa. So it's a very like relaxation vibe. It's a full blown experience. It's more than just going in, getting your appointment and leaving. It's like you spend the day at the spa, right? And there were a couple things about the entire spa experience that are so tiny, but I really missed about Spa 1. And I was like, and by the way, similar price points, by the way, very similar pricing, very similar structure, very similar friendliness, very similar vibes. Like everything was very much similar. Okay.
Right.
But there were just these stupid, tiny little things that I felt like were lowering my perceived value of my experience because I had already experienced something amazing. Right. So then when I experienced something great and I was going into this new experience, I was expecting the same, if not better. And I think that that's super important for so many different things. And I'll tell you guys what those things were. You guys are going to think it's ridiculous, but it's just how I felt. Okay. And it was just so interesting to me how like these really small things really changed my perspective. But this is so important for a couple different things. Number one, like we've been talking a lot about this on the podcast recently about how like a consistent client experience, every single client, every single time you have set the bar for what somebody expects. If you miss out on those little details that that client really values, if at their next appointment or their third appointment or their fourth appointment, then that client may see that in a actually very negative light, right? They feel like they're getting less than they're paying for. The other thing too is in a day and age in which your client has the choice of stylist or salon that they go to, it's very easy to find a great hairstylist nowadays, that everybody's trying their best to create a really awesome luxury experience. And these small little details made a big difference for me. And so I'll tell you what the small details are. So the first one was probably the least significant one, which at Spa One, there is sunscreen bottles at every part of the resort. So like at the general pool, but then also at the spa pool, you can find sunscreen very, very easily. By the way, we're in talking Arizona and Nevada, right? Like we're in the desert, the sun is hot. Like it is important to put on sunscreen. I'm a big sunscreen person. And I had gone down to the spa 2 to lay out by the pool or whatever it may be. And I had forgotten to put on sunscreen. And I was like, oh, I bet you they're a luxury spa. They probably thought of everything. Then they must have some sort of sunscreen like Spa 1 does. And they didn't. So I had to walk my ass back to my room. And you could say, Hunter, this is your fault for not having sunscreen. Well, guess what? It didn't matter when I went to Spa 1. So I wouldn't have expected to need it or think about it as this super essential situation because I'm paying so much fucking money. And I'm expecting them to think about everything for me. I don't want to think. Also, I'm having a mimosa, girl. Like, I'm going to forget things. Like, it just is what it is. And, like, let me tell you, with Spa 2, what made this even more frustrating was, have you ever been in a hotel room where the walk from the elevator is like a mile to your room.
Yes.
Girl, very much that. And not just that, it's a huge resort. So, like a mile to the room, a mile back down, and then walking a ton to the spa, right? Not fun. Okay. And this is very diva. All right. Like, I'm very much like, I know that this is like stupid, right? But it's like, again, like we are trying to attract high paying clients. This is a luxury experience, and high paying clients are really prissy and annoying like this. So, this little detail will make a big difference.
Well, this is the stuff that makes it a luxury experience, though. This is
Right.
why, right? Like the little details, I think, are some of the most important because once you get to that level of being a luxury spa, that, like, there's a standard, same as with
Right.
luxury hair services. And so these little things are what make the difference.
Very much so. And the second little thing, which again, so it feels so like annoying saying it, but I just want to, share with you this perspective, right? Was pool service was you had to call to order whatever drink or food you want, instead of at spa one, like you'd have somebody coming around and like taking your order every now and then, right, and serving you. And it was nice. I mean, even with like just having one server was really nice too. Like you get to know the person, you feel like you trust them, like they create rapport with you, that relationship, right? I mean, that's so important for a customer experience in general. And with this, you really missed that. There was just a random people just bringing stuff in and out for people, calling their name. The runners would come out to the pool, and they would just like scream the person's name that ordered, basically.
Yeah, that's
With
not giving luxury.
no, and it's like supposed to be like a
Yeah,
really nice spa, right? And God forbid I have to call in my order. I'm like, at least have a QR code to like an online ordering situation, so I
right.
don't have to fucking talk, like talk on the phone, like dial on my phone. I can't even fucking see my phone screen because I'm in Nevada and the sun is blasting down on me. I
Right.
don't even want my phone in the spa. I don't want I
Mhm.
don't want to have my phone in the spa, right?
Yeah.
So, lack of the pool service was not the tea for me. Here is a huge one, and I thought that it was a stupid little inconvenience, but then Jody actually illuminated to me that it's actually a really big deal.
Huge.
Which was, I went with my mom, right? I am a boy, my mom is a girl. And this was not a co-ed spa. So spa one is a co-ed spa. So like for, of course, not the locker rooms and the showers, but the like hot tub and the cold plunge and the saunas, like those are co-ed. And so like we were able to share those experiences with each other, and we wanted to spend the entire day together. And so spa one was awesome to do with her. Spa two, we didn't really realize, and we weren't made obviously aware that it was not a co ed situation. And so this is like a whole trip that we're doing at a resort, and we're spending a lot of money, and we're wanting to bond together to do this. And we were really disappointed that we weren't going to be able to spend the day together. And what Jody was sharing with us with me before we started recording, was this was a lack of expectation set. This was a lack of awareness. And it is the company's job to make it so you understand these details before you book and after you book. And that's why we focus so much on having an extremely clear client experience in the pre-visit experience, whether that be your social media, your website, but then also when somebody actually books with you, making sure that they're prepared at least mentally
Yes.
about what's going to happen before they walk in. I mean, if me and my mom had the expectation, like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to hang out with each other all day, before we walked into the door, we'd probably be a little bit more settled with that idea and not as upset about it.
Or you would have potentially chosen a different location, right? Like you get to decide how important that is to you and then make the call. Like as a
Period.
mom, if I had a trip planned with my son and I couldn't spend the time with him, like for half of that, that would be a major deal to me for sure.
Absolutely. And you don't want people in your space who aren't willing or wanting to be a part of whatever experience you're setting up for them, right? So, like, if you have boundaries in place, such as this co ed situation, if you have boundaries in place that make it so you are able to deliver a great experience, let's say, then you make sure that you let people know upfront about that. And then it's their job to decide whether or not they're up for that or not. Right. And giving
Absolutely.
people the freedom of choice, and giving people also, especially in today's day and age, giving people transparency, letting people know what they're getting themselves into, especially in exchange for a lot of money. If you want to be a higher ticket person, and if you want to continuously raise your prices, that all is so important. And so that's why all of these things kind of made me want to make a podcast episode about it, because I realized, like, as a person who is paying for a high ticket service, these small little things made the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And these are the type of small details that we're going to be talking about in Client Experience Glow Up Party. So at the time of recording this, Client Experience Glow Up Party is going to happen May 3rd through the 5th, 2026. And we are going to be using our full survey report that we got from high ticket paying clients about their consumer behavior and expectations in today's day and age. And we're going to be sharing with you how you can create a client experience that gets more of those ideal clients, gets them to refer other ideal clients, and makes it so you can break through your glass ceiling and raise your prices even more, even if you're already charging a lot. So if you want to join us for the party, and girl, I put on a good party, okay? Trust, believe. We had so much fun when we did this last year, so I'd really love for you to be a part of it. If you go to Hair by Hunty and you comment on any of my posts, or you DM me the words glow up, then I will send you the invitation for you to be able to join us. Or you can check out the show notes of this episode, and then you can sign up for the party there, and then you can RSVP, and then we're going to have a blast over the 3 days. It's going to be amazing. But nonetheless, my friend, I hope that this episode was insightful for you. So much love to you. Thank you for tuning into the Modern Hairstylist Podcast. Peace out, Girl Scout. Bye bye.